Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to welcome everyone to another celebration of innovation at the University of Pittsburgh. Today we honor a handful of innovators who are forging exciting new paths in their fields. They represent a large, dynamic innovation community in the region. Those who represent our faculty and student body are part of a rich history of innovation at Pitt. That history includes some household names like Jonas Salk and Thomas Starzl, but it also includes many more, who, while perhaps less well known, have been enormously influential. Like Maud Menton, a Pitt School of Medicine professor in the early 1900s, who helped lay the groundwork for modern biochemistry and drug discovery. More than a century later, one of today's honorees, Cecilia Yates, is actually building upon Dr. Menton's pioneering biochemistry, in this case by developing peptides as new drug therapies for fibrotic disease. We have graduate students represented as well. I'm always especially glad to see what happens when students are placed in an environment that encourages and rewards creative thinking and initiative. In this case, we're talking about a pair of med students, Noah Piles and James O'Brien, who looked at their environment with fresh eyes and developed ways to improve the scientific and medical waste stream. Among the others from the Pitt community up for recognition today are Maria Escolar, who is developing gene therapy to replace a missing protein in infants that leads to a debilitating pediatric disease, George Gittes, who this year licensed a gene therapy that aims to stimulate a subset of pancreatic cells to produce insulin, with the goal of having those cells compensate for that lost function in people with type 1 diabetes. And finally, Bill Federspiel, the inventor of the Hemolung. As many of you know, that device received emergency FDA approval last year as supplemental therapy for COVID-19 patients. The common thread in all of these projects is that creative people are responding to persistent challenges with a sense of urgency to find solutions that can improve people's lives. So kudos to everyone who contributed to these projects. Your determination to change the world for the better is inspiring. It's work like yours that makes the University of Pittsburgh known around the world as a hotbed of innovation. Congratulations and thank you for your contributions.
Thank you, Chancellor, for your steadfast support of innovation and entrepreneurship at Pitt. My name is Evan Fasher, and I'm Vice Chancellor for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the university. I'm also the Director of the Innovation Institute, which is one of the operating units of the Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The other units are the Big Idea Center for Student Innovation, the Office of Industry and Economic Partnerships, the Institute for Entrepreneurial Excellence, and LifeX. As Chancellor Gallagher alluded to, Pitt Innovators rose to the occasion in this most unique of years. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, and in part because of it, Pitt faculty and students set new record for inventions disclosed to the Innovation Institute in the last fiscal year at 394. Fiscal 2020 was also another strong year for startup activity as well, capping off a 3-year period in which 55 new companies were launched based on Pitt discoveries. And we've now have over 110 companies launched since the Innovation Institute was formed in 2014. There are many other exciting developments on the innovation and entrepreneurship front. In February, the Big Idea Center announced the launch of the Big Idea Advantage Fund, the first student startup investment fund at the university, supported by the generous donation of 2 alumni from the Swanson School of Engineering. In September, the Office of Industry and Economic Partnerships announced the extension of a successful partnership with Takeda Pharmaceuticals to co-develop treatments across a range of therapeutic areas. And the Institute for Entrepreneurial Excellence's Small Business Development Center received the National SBDC Excellence in Innovation Award for 2020 for more than 1,000 SBD centers nationwide. This was in recognition of the services it provided to regional and small businesses in the wake of the pandemic. The infrastructure to support the regional innovation ecosystem also received a boost last year when LifeX Labs added wet lab space to its offering, a first for regional life sciences accelerators. LifeX also named a new CEO, Jerry Vardzell, who is the former CEO of local life science startup Holomics. He understands the regional life science landscape and what it will take to grow Pittsburgh's life sciences sector. It wasn't the year that we expected, but it was a year in which we can be proud of what we were able to accomplish. So let's get right into the awards. We have 8 awards to be presented by 8 different people. The recipients will then give brief acceptance remarks, at which point we will move right to the next award category. Without further ado, please welcome Maria Venegas, one of our most senior licensing managers, who will introduce the Emerging Innovator Award.
Thank you, Evan. It is my privilege to present the 2021 University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute Emerging Innovator Award to Dr. Cecilia Yates, Assistant Professor of Nursing at the School of Nursing, with secondary appointments in the Department of Pathology at the School of Medicine and at the McGowan Institute for Regenerative Medicine. The Emerging Innovator Award is presented to a Pitt faculty member in their early to mid-career who has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to achieving impact for their research through commercial translation. Dr. Yates fits this description very well. Dr. Yates has developed the first cellular and molecular laboratory fully equipped for basic, translational, and clinical research located within the School of Nursing. Her tissue repair laboratory investigates chronic and fibrotic responses to injury. Her laboratory utilizes both genomic and cellular approaches in human and murine models. From the very beginning of her career, she has demonstrated a keen interest in seeing her research be taken out of the university where it can potentially improve people's lives. Dr. Yates has submitted 11 invention disclosures to the Innovation Institute that thus far have resulted in 6 issued US patents. The Innovation Institute has executed 3 licenses for her intellectual property, including the formation of a startup company 4 years ago, Ocugenix. Dr. Yates formed Ocugenix in collaboration with Pitt colleagues Alan Wells, Joel Schuman, and Ian Connor, the latter two who helped identify molecular degeneration as a target for the antifibrotic peptides she had developed in her lab. Ocugenix is led by veteran Pittsburgh life science entrepreneur Sean McDonald. Most recently, Dr. Yates has received a $250,000 grant from CSL Behring, a global biotech company focused on rare diseases. Their partnership is to further develop peptides that imitate the action of proteins that target the underlying causes of fibrosis. This project is also supported by University Science Center, a Philadelphia-based life sciences accelerator. We look forward to the potential for new therapeutics to emerge from this partnership. Finally, Dr. Yates has demonstrated a willingness to help mentor and train the next generation of Pitt innovators. She is the program co-director for the Clinical and Translational Science Fellowship, which equips researchers with the skills to advance the translation of discoveries into improved patient outcomes. It is my pleasure to present the 2021 University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute Emerging Innovator Award to Dr. Cecilia Yates.
Good afternoon. It is with great pleasure that I receive this year's Emerging Innovator Award. So please allow me to thank you warmly for granting this honor and to gratefully accept this high distinction. I know the decision could not have been easy. As being a part of the innovation community here at Pitt, I am well aware of the outstanding and groundbreaking technology that is being developed by students, faculty, and staff. I can attribute the robust change in culture over the years and the spirit to pursue a path towards commercialization, not only to the great leaders of this university, but to the dynamic team that works within the Innovation Institute. I personally can attest to their commitment and dedication and sheer skill set. As I was an uninformed graduate student who couldn't quite yet perceive the depths of her science and how it could have an impact and change the standard of care and treatment for organ fibrosis. It was then that I had my first experience with Alex within the Institute, who literally explained how to fill out and understand a disclosure. From there, I experienced the support of thoughtful and talented licensing managers, especially Janice, whose patience and understanding of our technologies seems to have reached no limit. It has been the countless of teams, executive and residents, as well as Mike's team for helping develop press releases and promote our work. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a few names. That's why they tell you not to mention names in speeches. But I want to make my point in saying that although I stand here alone and accept this award, the honor is bestowed on the team that I have worked with of not only brilliant scientists and clinicians and business partners over the years, but also the forward-thinking and supportive university and the great folks at the Innovation Institute, all who have helped so many of us develop our ideas, some cases new, sometimes old. So in closing, I would like to thank you for this recognition.
Hi there. I'm Babs Carrier, Director of the Big Idea Center within the Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The Big Idea Center is a resource for Pitt students of any level and from any part of the university who want to gain experiential education opportunities in innovation and entrepreneurship. We inspire, encourage, and support students to take the plunge into entrepreneurship and create something brand new, a company that solves a real problem in the world. Today, I am thrilled to present the Student Innovators of the Year to James O'Brien and Noah Piles, founders of Polycarbin, a startup in the plastic recycling space targeting hospitals, research labs, and industries that create the hazard of plastic buildup in our world. James and Noah are both students from the School of Medicine who have taken a pause in their studies to pursue this exciting entrepreneurial opportunity. 2 years ago, they did what all entrepreneurs do. They identified a problem. In this case, the inefficient handling of medical and scientific waste plastic, and began to think about potential solutions. They couldn't get over the problem because everywhere they turned, they saw more and more plastic. James and Noah couldn't sleep for the seriousness of this problem. So what did they do? They launched a company, Polycarbin, that is developing a software-enabled platform to solve this problem for the labs, for plastics manufacturers, and for us who care about living in a plastic-free environment. They entered the Randall Family Big Idea competition last year, the region's largest student innovation competition. They came away with the $25,000 grand prize. From there, they participated in Big Idea Center's Blast Furnace Accelerator program and the Forge Incubator program. They have taken advantage of every resource available to them through the Big Idea Center and Pitt, including our experienced entrepreneurs and residents, to hone their business model and go-to-market strategy. Last fall, they were selected as one of 8 finalists to compete in the Clean Tech Open competition. They've participated in numerous accelerators to advance their startup. Recently, they raised $2 million to turn up the heat for Polycarbin. I give you the Big Idea Center Student Innovators of the Year, James O'Brien and Noah Piles.
Noah and I are truly honored to be recognized as the 2020-2021 Student Innovators of the Year. Over the last 16 months, we've received unwavering support by a diverse community of mentors at the University of Pittsburgh. With their help and a lot of luck, we find ourselves weeks away from delivering Polycarbin's waste diversion technology in the first 1,100 counts, thereby creating the first circular economy in the health sciences.
We're incredibly proud to be part of a growing innovation ecosystem that is so core to the Pitt community. While we don't have time to thank everyone who's helped us along the way, we would like to highlight Babs Carrier and her team at the Big Idea Center, Dr. Mark Gladwin and Dr. Christopher O'Donnell of the Vascular Medicine Institute, and Dr. Aurora Sherrard, Director of Sustainability. Most of all, we would like to thank the Dean of Medicine, Dr. Anantha Shaker, and the Dean of the Physician Scientist Training Program, Dr. Richard Steinman, for their continued support. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Reams, and I'm a licensing manager at the University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute. It is my privilege to present the inaugural Innovation Institute License of the Year Award to Dr. George Gittes, the Benjamin R. Fisher Chair and Professor of Pediatric Surgery and Director of the Richard King Mellon Foundation Institute for Pediatric Research at the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, and also to Genprex Incorporated. We have been excited about the potential for Dr. Gittes' pancreas research for many years and hopeful that the right commercialization partner would get excited about it too. Dr. Gittes' mice studies demonstrated that by delivering select genes to the pancreas via an adeno-associated virus vector, the genes will express proteins that transform alpha cells in the pancreas, which do not produce insulin, into functional insulin-producing beta cells. These cells are distinct enough from beta cells to avoid the attention of the immune system. Last July, Dr. Gittes was awarded a grant of $2.59 million from the National Institute of Health for his research project titled Alpha Cell Conversion to Beta Cells in Non-Human Primates, and will build upon his accumulating groundbreaking gene therapy work toward finding a cure for diabetes. A native of California, he began his career as surgical resident at the University of California, where he spent 2 years in the laboratory of William Rutter, a pioneer in the field of molecular biology, who cloned the insulin gene and created the first recombinant hepatitis B vaccine. Dr. Gittes' research has been continually funded by the NIH since 1999. Genprex, based in Austin, Texas, was founded in 2009 as an immunogene cancer therapy company. The company raised $40 million in capital last year in preparation for 2 cancer clinical trials that it expects to begin this year. The company recognized in Dr. Gittes' research the opportunity to expand its gene therapy platform to diabetes. We are excited to follow the progress of Genprex with Dr. Gittes' technology. Once again, I am pleased to present the inaugural Innovation Institute License of the Year to Dr. George Gittes and Genprex.
Hello, I'm Rodney Varner, President and Chief Executive Officer of Genprex. On behalf of Genprex, we are honored that our license agreement with the University of Pittsburgh has been selected as License of the Year. I would like to thank the University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute for acknowledging the breakthrough research being conducted by Dr. George Gittes and his team at the Rangos Research Center at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, where they are working to bring new therapeutic options and perhaps even a cure to the millions of patients suffering with diabetes. We'd like to express our appreciation to the Institute for selecting Genprex's license with the University of Pittsburgh as the License of the Year. This is an honor, particularly when you consider the amount of incredible research coming out of this distinguished university and research center. I would also like to thank Dr. Andrew Reams and his team at the University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute for their assistance in negotiating this license and the continuing work that they do to support this effort. At Genprex, we are pushing the boundaries to bring new and innovative therapies to patients in need, and nowhere is that need greater than with the patients living with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, a disease that affects approximately 10% of the U.S. population, or more than 34 million people in the United States. We remain excited about our collaboration with Dr. Gittes, the Rangos Research Center, and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, as we believe this gene therapy holds the promise to not only become a new treatment option for millions of diabetic patients who need insulin replacement therapy, but it also holds the potential to provide long-term effectiveness or may even be a cure for diabetic patients. Thank you again for recognizing our license agreement with this award and for putting a spotlight on this very important work in gene therapy.
Hello, I'm Tony Torres, Entrepreneur in Residence at the Innovation Institute. In my role, I manage startup formation activities for Pitt. With nearly 70 startups launched from the university over the past 4 years, we've been pretty busy. Each Pitt startup that earns its wings has the potential to make an impact in the world and improve people's lives. There are some, however, that stand out just a little bit above the rest. That is the case with Forge Biologics, which formed last year when it licensed the research of Maria Escolar, Associate Professor of Pediatrics. Dr. Escolar is acknowledged as the world's authority on Krabbe disease. Krabbe is a rare congenital disease resulting from a missing gene for the production of myelin, the protective coating of the nerve cells. Krabbe is a devastating disease that destroys the nervous system and is most often fatal before age 5. Through her decades of research, Dr. Escolar has been a pioneer in the diagnosis and treatment of Krabbe. Families from around the world travel to her clinic at Children's Hospital right here in Pittsburgh. But standard treatment and care can only briefly extend the lives of children stricken with this awful disease. So that Dr. Escolar has also been working tirelessly on a gene therapy that can halt its progress. Last year, the founders of Forge licensed Dr. Escolar's discoveries as the first in what it plans to be several gene therapies for rare diseases. Further demonstrating their commitment, Forge is building a 175,000 square foot facility to produce the needed therapies. Today, Dr. Escolar serves as the company's chief medical officer. In February, Forge was granted Fast Track, Orphan Drug, and Rare Pediatric Disease designations from the FDA for its gene therapy for Krabbe. They are actively recruiting patients for its clinical trials to bring this life-saving therapy one step closer to reality. A big thank you to Dr. Escolar for her life-saving work and to Pitt for another in a long line of successful and impactful startups.
Hi, I'm Dr. Maria Escolar. I'm the director and founder for the Program for the Study of Neurodevelopment in Rare Disorders at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh and University of Pittsburgh. I want to thank very much the Innovation Institute for giving me the recognition of the inaugural Startup of the Year Award. I want to give a very special thanks to all the members in my team at the Neurodevelopment in Rare Disorders and all the nurses, therapists, physicians, and everyone who collaborates with me to make this possible. A very special thanks to Dr. Paul Sabolj, who developed the reduced toxicity and reduced intensity conditioning regimen that is helping me then combine it with gene therapy to treat these babies with this very fatal diagnosis of Krabbe disease. I want to also give a very special thanks to the team at Forge Biologics, especially to Dr. Tim Miller, the president, for believing in our therapy and partnering with me to bring this therapy forward. I have to say that in very little time, from just July to beginning of December, we have been able to get the IND, and more recently we got the designation of orphan drug, pediatric rare disease, and fast track. And this is an unbelievable achievement. Thanks so much to the members of the Innovation Institute, to Maria Vanegas especially, to Tony Torres and Raymond Vener. They all held my hand and helped me through this journey that was very unknown to me. I've never done anything in business, and from understanding the vocabulary to let alone form a new company, this was an amazing experience, and I am feeling so much more confident to hopefully do this all over again, or at least mentor other people to do it. It was a great learning experience. Thanks again. This award is very meaningful to me.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Petrovich, Assistant Director of Business Development. I'm thrilled to present the 2021 Chip Hanlon Volunteer Mentor Award to Dick Heilman. In my role overseeing the Pitt Ventures First Year Commercialization Program for Pitt faculty and students, one of the most important things we do is pair innovation teams with a volunteer business mentor. Our mentors provide invaluable guidance to our academic innovators as they begin to explore the commercial potential of their innovation. Mentors must not only be experienced business leaders, But they must also be patient, as most academic innovators have had little exposure to the world of entrepreneurship. The Volunteer Mentor Award is named in honor of James Chip Hanlon, who was one of our first entrepreneurs in residence when the Innovation Institute launched in 2013. Dick has stepped up time and time again to offer his business knowledge, experience, and insight to numerous Pitt teams as they have taken their first steps towards translating their research from the lab to the market. In addition to owning his business consulting practice, Dick is a veteran executive in the glass and fiberglass industries, having held numerous senior national and international roles at PPG Industries. During his career at this organization, he was charged with getting a return on investment for research and development investments, which required him to think and act like an entrepreneur. He directed the R&D spending to be tightly linked to the strategic growth objectives in order to deliver a very cost-effective product portfolio. As an alum of Pitt's Joseph M. Katz Graduate School of Business, Dick has found a way to proudly give back to Pitt that aligns with his entrepreneurial passion. He has mentored teams through 6 cohorts of the First Gear program, as well as teams participating in the Kuznetsky Innovation Cup competition. Here's what Joe Pugar, a Pitt engineering alum and CEO of a Pitt spin-out, Aruga Technologies, has to say about his experience working with Dick.
Hi, it's Joe from Aruga Technologies. Congratulations, Dick, on the Volunteer Mentor Award this year. Very deserving. Over the years, you've helped us make some pivotal connections with PPG Industries as well as some other industrial players, and have been a great mentor to us starting our company. So congratulations again. You earned it.
Again, it is my pleasure to award the 2021 Chip Hanlon Volunteer Mentor Award to Dick Heilman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank the University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute for awarding me the Chip Hanlon Volunteer Mentor Award. Chip was an entrepreneur in residence for the Pitt Ventures First Gear Commercialization Program. And from what I've learned, he had a great way of connecting with and guiding young talent as they pursued their own businesses. While Chip passed away in 2016, before I started mentoring, I'd like to think we shared a few things in common about our experience working with these entrepreneurial students and professors. First is the sheer joy of working with some really brilliant people. The professors we get to work with are world experts in their fields, and the students have incredible bandwidth to handle not only their academic studies, but to do all the work required in the First Gear program and other competitive programs and challenges offered through the Innovation Institute. Secondly is the exposure to a broad swath of cutting-edge technologies, from nanomaterials to improved cancer treatments to life-saving medical devices. Lastly is the satisfaction of helping these students to grow in their understanding of business and what it takes to succeed in introducing new products and services to the marketplace, and maybe even something about succeeding in life. I hope you're all enjoying this celebration of innovation. Thanks again for this award. It is a great honor to be recognized as part of Chip's legacy in mentoring. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bob Stein, and I am the Associate Vice Chancellor for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and Executive Director of the Institute for Entrepreneurial Excellence. Starting a business is always hard. Doing so during a pandemic surely offered its own set of unforeseen challenges. Despite that, in 2020, the IE helped more than 60 businesses get off the ground. Ironically, the company that we selected as our honoree is working to get their customers on the ground. Blanket and Board is an event planning company co-owned by social workers Tiara Thorne and Colleen Petticord. They provide pop-up luxury picnics set in Pittsburgh's public parks, as well as offering private event catering. Thorne and Petticord see their business, which is both female and minority owned, as being more than the services they offer. As mental health counselors at UPMC Western Psych, they work to ensure their picnics promote self-care, connection with others in nature, and building community. They also use the entrepreneurial platform they've created to uplift at-risk populations in the community by highlighting local nonprofits and donating a portion of their proceeds to programs that support equality and human rights. Blanket and Board has shown true entrepreneurial spirit by creatively marketing their brand and business. They've competed in and won Invest in Her's 2020 pitch competition. They've established strategic partnerships with leading local organizations like Kenny Jewelers and Community Kitchen Pittsburgh, and offered socially distanced public events to highlight their services to the community. The IAE, along with the Pitt Small Business Development Center, is pleased to honor entrepreneurs Tiara Thorne and Colleen Petticourt's business, Blanket and Board, as the University of Pittsburgh's 2021 Business of the Year, under $1 million in sales. Congratulations.
As fellow Pitt alum, we want to thank the Institute for Entrepreneurial Excellence and the Small Business Development Center for supporting us in winning the OIE Celebration of Innovation Business of the Year Award. The Small Business Development Center has helped us with strategic planning, financial analysis, marketing, and having regular planning meetings to help guide us with the growth of Blanket and Board.
As social workers, here at Blanket and Board, we really pride ourselves at being able to create safe spaces where people of all walks of life can come together and engage in self-care. Thank you again for this recognition and this award, and we appreciate it.
Every year, the IAE works with thousands of companies, from startups and nano businesses to some of Western Pennsylvania's most respected and recognized ventures. We know how difficult the choice and the act of starting and running a business can be. And although business owners everywhere are deserving of recognition for their efforts in dealing with the past year, we have selected one that not only stood out for how they continually run the business with an entrepreneurial mindset, but also for their focus on their employees and values. COE Distributing is a family-owned furniture distribution business run by J.D. Ewing, a third-generation business leader who took over the family business at the age of 19. J.D. and his wife Melanie have grown COE from a $200,000 business to nearly 500 times that, navigating the pitfalls and problems that every business faces. For instance, even with a nearly 70% drop in revenue at the start of the pandemic, combined with office occupancy dropping 85% in 2020, COE saw its revenues rise, partly due to pivoting early by stocking high-demand items like PPE and acrylic barriers. COE also committed to keeping all employees while maintaining their wages, and approved additional paid time off for any employee whose family was impacted by the virus. Leadership like this is deserving of recognition, and that is why in this year's Celebration of Innovation, it is my pleasure to recognize the Ewings and COE as the University of Pittsburgh's 2021 Business of the Year, over $1 million in sales. Congratulations.
Hey everyone, this is JD Ewing, CEO of COE Distributing, and I wanted to share how excited and humbled we are at COE for being chosen as the IEE over $1 million Business of the Year. It's an honor to receive this award, and it means a lot to us to know that people recognize that we're doing things in the right way. So thank you so much to Bob and everyone at the IEE, and look forward to gathering together in person again very soon.
Hello, I'm Rob Rutenbar, Senior Vice Chancellor for Research at the University of Pittsburgh. It is my privilege to present the Marlin Mickle Outstanding Innovator Award to William Federspiel, the John A. Swanson Professor in the Department of Bioengineering and Director of the Medical Devices Laboratory at the McGowan Institute for Regenerative Medicine. The Outstanding Innovator Award recognizes Pitt faculty who have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to achieving impact through the commercialization of their research. It is named in honor of the late Marlin Mickle, who was the most prolific inventor in the history of the university and a pioneer of radio frequency identification technology. I'd like to give you a few details about Dr. Federspiel's important work. He arrived at Pitt in 1995 after initial stints at Johns Hopkins and Boston University. He also brought with him industry experience, having served as a principal staff scientist at Abiomed, a Boston-based artificial heart company. In his time here, Dr. Federspiel has submitted 32 invention disclosures and has been issued 14 patents, with many more pending. He has had his work licensed 11 times. Honoring him with this Outstanding Innovator Award is not only deserving, it's timely, given the role of the company he co-founded has played in the pandemic response. Not long after arriving at Pitt, Dr. Federspiel licensed his work on an artificial lung device to form A-Lung Technologies. Dr. Federspiel serves as the head of the company's scientific advisory board. A-Lung's long path to market illustrates the challenges of bringing a new medical device into the world. But Dr. Federspiel and A-Lung were confident that the technology was sound, so they persevered. Now, 25 years after its initial founding, it is nearing FDA approval with a COVID-related twist. This time last year, A-Lung was in multiple clinical trials for its Hemolung Respiratory Assist System to treat chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. That work was interrupted by the onset of the pandemic. The company recognized a role for the device in treating critically ill COVID patients and applied for emergency use permission from the FDA, which it quickly received. Since then, more than 75 patients have used the device successfully. This data may help the company finally obtain full U.S. regulatory approval by this summer. Dr. Federspiel is also working on other impressive innovations today: membrane and particle-based blood purification devices for use in critical care settings, artificial lung platforms combining fiber technology with cellular and biomolecular components to create biohybrid artificial lung tissue, and improved transport models for drug delivery from nanoparticles and microparticles. And finally, Dr. Federspiel is a fellow of the Biomedical Engineering Society and the American Institute for Medical and Biological Engineering. In 2019, he was elected as a fellow of the National Academy of Inventors. It is my distinct pleasure to present the University of Pittsburgh Innovation Institute's Marlin Mickle Outstanding Innovator Award to Bill Federspiel.
I am honored and thankful to be this year's recipient of the Marlin Mickle Innovation Award given out by the Innovation Institute. I'm also humbled knowing many of the past recipients of this award. This award has personal meaning for me. You see, I got to know Marlin because we had offices on the same floor of Benedum Hall. We had conversations in the hallway frequently when we crossed paths. And I always knew Marlin to be a scholar and an innovator, but through these conversations, I recognized that he was the ultimate gentleman and extremely humble. There are many people to thank. First off, the late Dr. Brack Hattler, the cardiothoracic surgeon who had the vision to understand that the University of Pittsburgh needed an artificial lung program. And he had the confidence in me to recruit me here to drive it. Dr. Harvey Borovitz showed me how effectively clinicians and engineers collaborate together at the University of Pittsburgh. The McGowan Institute and its founding director, Dr. Alan Russell, and its current director, Dr. Bill Wagner, provided tremendous resources to my laboratory that helped shape its success. I also want to thank my grant support over the years from NIH, DoD, the state of Pennsylvania, and others. There were many outstanding graduate students that worked in the lab over the years that should also be thanked. Many of these were bioengineering graduate students. I would like to thank the chair of Bioengineering Department, Dr. Sanjeev Shroff, for his support over the years and for being a cheerleader for my laboratory. The biggest cheerleader for me and my successes has been my wonderful wife, Kelly, whom I also thank. Last, but very far from least, is my longtime collaborator of 23 years, Mr. Brian Frankowski, the laboratory's designer, fabricator. I would come to him with very rough ideas and say, Brian, can we do ... you fill in the blanks. His response always was absolutely. Brian turned ideas into things that you could touch, feel, and hold. Brian, thank you. I would not be here without you. I want to end by commenting on what it feels to develop technologies that help save people's lives. It's an amazingly rewarding experience. My startup company and its founding CEO, Mr. Nick Kuhn, and current CEO, Mr. Pete Tacoma, assembled an impressive team of medical device professionals who I also need to thank immensely. It's one thing to develop technology in the laboratory, but it's quite another thing to develop a medical product that can be approved by the FDA and marketed for human clinical use. They did an amazing job creating the Heilman respiratory assist system that was seated in my laboratory. Last year, we experienced the beginning of a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. While I was already proud that the Heilman device was in FDA clinical trials for approval, I was ecstatic when I learned that the company sought and obtained emergency use authorization from the FDA to treat severe COVID-19 patients. As of this date, the Heilman has been used successfully on nearly 100 COVID-19 patients. Obviously, these are circumstances I never would have envisioned 25 years ago when I joined Pitt. It came from the hard work of many individuals, both at the university and at the company. Very hard work indeed. So I'm going to end with a favorite quote of mine from Tom Hanks in the movie A League of Their Own. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, anybody could do it. It's the hard that makes it great. Thank you again. Hail to Pitt and be safe.
Thank you for joining us for the 2021 Celebration of Innovation. I hope you've enjoyed hearing from this year's award winners who are pursuing some truly impactful innovations. We look forward to once again hosting this event in person in 2022. In the meantime, if you want to get involved in some of the exciting things happening in the Pitt innovation ecosystem, please contact us at innovate@pitt.edu. Thank you.